What is going on, guys? It's your boy Kid Cross here, back on the video today, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about the whole tanking situation, which at the time of recording is a relevant topic. I don't know, how long this will stay relevant. It is Monday of the time recording this, so like it just happened last night, but I don't know when I'm going to upload it. And if you're wondering why I didn't choose to pick Madden to have gameplay with it, that is why, because I already had gameplay pre-recorded and ready for the week, and I never know what I'm going to talk about in the first video of the week, but I just get the gameplay and then talk about whatever on that first day. And I wasn't expecting to be talking about this, so that's why you got Call of Duty gameplay as opposed to Madden gameplay. However, with that being said, I don't really think it changes the situation too much. I mean, there's no like a difference realistically. I guess the environment at most, but it's still talking about football at the end of the day. So basically, anyway, what I'm going to be talking about is the whole tanking situation that happened with the Washington where the football team, the Washington football team, and the Eagles, the Philadelphia Eagles, they got accused of tanking, which means basically that they intentionally lost the game to basically get a better draft pick. And I don't really know if people still do it to get a better schedule, since the schedules are different now with the whole divisions and like the way that it's set up with divisions. But basically, yeah, that's mostly just for the draft pick. It's basically where you suck on purpose just to try to create a better future for your team. And that's what the Eagles are accused for, right? Now, I'm not gonna say that they did it just because like I don't know, I don't want to like call them out and be wrong, but I'm pretty sure everybody knows that they did it. And I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't want to be accusatory, but I think everybody knows that they did it. Like, it was almost too obvious, and that's the problem with it, I think, for most people. I mean, most people are tanking. At least one team is always tanking every season, and the problem with that is that the Eagles just did it on primetime television the last game of the year with the NFC East title on the line, right? So basically they are determining another team's playoff, playoff hopes by losing this game intentionally. Now, if they would have played this game, all the way through, who knows if they would have won or not. Anything could have still happened. But with that being said, that completely eliminates the possibility of the Giants getting into the playoffs, and that 100% guarantees the Washington football team will take that spot. Now, normally I would be like, tanking is wrong. Like, it's kind of like one of those things where it is not fair to the fans of the Giants. Honestly, I think if you're an Eagles fan, you probably don't care too much. You're looking forward to the future, and that's kind of like where the team's headed, and you're kind of hoping for the future. You know what I mean? Like, you're not really caring too much about what's happening this season. Like, that winning that game would have done nothing for you, and basically that's why I think if you're an Eagles fan, you don't care. And I'm kind of confused as to why all the players like J.J. Watt are like, it's not fair to the fans of the franchise. But at the same time, it's like the fans of the franchise probably would rather see a good first round draft pick than to see them win that random game that means literally nothing to them. It just determines another team's playoff hopes. And that to me is the part that I think that's where it is a problem, is that they're determining another team's playoff hopes. However, you could look at it from the flip side of saying that all the Giants had to do is win one more game. Any of those other I don't remember, I think they lost like 9 games or something like that. Any of those other games, if they would have just won that game, they wouldn't have had this problem. They wouldn't have had to worry about this. Whenever you put your playoff hopes into another team's hands, you can't be too upset whenever you don't make it, because ultimately that's your problem. You could have done something better in order to get into the playoffs, right? Like, it's ultimately your fault at the end of the day. But anyway, with that being said, like, that you should you shouldn't have to worry about this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't have to worry about this concept. Like, you should be expecting every team to play every game the best they can, because they're professionals, right? They're supposed to be the best at the sport that there is, and they're supposed to play at the highest level all the time. And with that being said, you should expect that from your team. And I get that, like, I get it, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like everybody's team, not everybody, but a lot of people, and maybe not even a lot of people, but everybody has some experience with a losing season, with a bad season. You know what I mean? And, you've probably felt that feeling of let's just tank. Like, let's just get a better draft pick. Let's just try to make things easier for ourselves next year whenever we can get everything together and come back as a unit, as opposed to, just picking and fighting which games we're going to win and which games we're going to lose. So, like, it's not like an unnatural thing to think, right? From a fan standpoint, like, tanking has been around forever, but with this specific situation, it was just on prime time, and it was just, the decider of a playoff spot, and it was just really obvious. I mean, just a little bit too obvious, right? Like, they probably should have not done, not made it so obvious. Like, personally, I think Houston tanked against the Titans. Like, I think they just blew a coverage and let them make that play. Like, that's what it looked like to me, because, I mean, I get it, like, that one safety did try to play, but he let him have the inside and everything. I just felt like, that's how you should tank. That's how you should tank to me. Like, that's how you should, like, just nonchalantly give up the play, or at least make it look like, Jalen Hurts twisted his ankle or something. Don't just pull him out randomly and then have no reason for it. Like, you're literally pulling him out to tank. Like, that is the reason. And basically, I think, it was just done poorly, and that was why it got so much heat. But, like, at the end of the day, I don't think either of those two teams deserved a playoff spot. So it's not really that big of a deal. Like, think about it. The Cardinals deserved that spot more than either the Washington or the Giants did, and they didn't get the spot. Like, nobody's talking about that issue in the NFL where, you can have an awful division that takes up a playoff spot over a decent team that's playoff caliber. And you know what I mean? It's just stuff like that. It's like, it doesn't really matter. Neither of those teams deserve the spot anyway, so it doesn't really matter because they're both going to get out in the first round. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, the stupidest thing. Like, Tom Brady got lucky. He's got to be the luckiest human alive. He got lucky again and got to play one of those two teams in the first round. And that's like instantly a W. Like, I mean, the betting odds are probably good. I'll probably bet against them, but you know what I mean? Like, it's just, that's crazy. Like, I just don't understand, why, people are so upset about this in general. I mean, I get it, like, if you're a Giants fan, but, like, you gotta know that, your future is not looking too bright if you did win that game, or if they did lose that game, if Washington did. So, obviously, I feel like there's two sides to this road, and it's just different. Had it been more of a competitive teams, I probably would be more upset about it, but with these certain circumstances, I just don't really care that much, you know what I mean? And that's just what I see on it. Like, it is what it is. Neither of those teams are really playoff worthy, so who really cares? So that's all I gotta say about that. I will see you guys later. Peace out.